Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, December 4th. We are in day 4 of our reading. Our verses for today are Exodus 3, verses 1 through 12. It says, "One day Moses was tending the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, the priest of Midian. He led the flock far into the wilderness and came to Sinai, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the middle of a bush. Moses stared in amazement. Though the bush was engulfed in flames, it didn't burn up. 'This is amazing,' Moses said to himself. 'Why isn't that bush burning up? I must go see it.' When the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look, God called to him from the middle of the bush, 'Moses, Moses.' 'Here I am,' Moses replied. 'Do not come any closer,' the Lord warned. 'Take off your sandals, for you are standing on holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.' When Moses heard this, he covered his face because he was afraid to look at God. Then the Lord told him, 'I have certainly seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries of distress because of their harsh slave drivers. Yes, I am aware of their suffering, so I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians and lead them out of Egypt into their own fertile and spacious land. It is a land flowing with milk and honey, the land where the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites now live.'" It's a lot of sites. "Look, the cry of the people of Israel has reached me, and I have seen how harshly the Egyptians abuse them. Now go, for I am sending you to Pharaoh. You must lead my people Israel out of Egypt." But Moses protested to God, "Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt?" God answered, "I will be with you, and this is your sign that I am the one who has sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you will worship God at this very mountain." It says God accompanies. As a young Christian, I grew to love so-called sacred spaces. I anticipated God's presence inside prayer rooms, retreat centers, and stained glass cathedrals. Conversely, God's tendency to reveal himself at the most unexpected and inconvenient times could make me uncomfortable. In Exodus 3, Moses finds himself in the wilderness, a location known throughout the Bible as a place of desperation, wandering, evil, and even death. In fact, Moses led his flock to the far side of the wilderness to a place called Horeb, which literally means wasteland. If ever a place deserved to be called God's forsaken, Horeb seems to fit the bill. Yet, unbeknownst to Moses, he stands on the mountain of God, where he will have more than one life-changing encounter with the God of Israel. When God speaks through the burning bush, Moses is surprised to find God accompanying him beyond the walls of convenient and well-marked sacred spaces. God instructs Moses to go to another seemingly godless place, the chambers of Egypt's great and powerful Pharaoh. Moses feels overwhelmed and underqualified, but he will not have to go alone. God himself will accompany Moses and guarantee his mission's success. God promises Moses that he will one day worship on this very mountain, with all God's people free and by his side. This Advent season, remember that the very place that seems godless or forsaken may just be where God shows up. God with us is not just a name, but a reminder that God's presence goes with us into and beyond the wilderness. Let us not eschew the profane, the mundane, or the wilderness journey, but instead let us watch and wait patiently to find God's presence accompanying us through it. God is not something that you can put in a box. God is not somebody you can put in a box. God is with you always, everywhere you go. It says, God, attune us to your presence. Teach us that no place or person is beyond your reach. Thank you that you accompany us into the wilderness and beyond. Give us courage to go where you direct us, knowing that we never walk alone. You are not alone in your journey, ever. Everyone have a great Monday. Have a great start to your week. And of course, go be the example.